Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Kevin with survivalistboards.com, and I am glad to be doing a review of the Jaxman E2L 3 LED flashlight. Now I did not pick this flashlight out. Jaxman, I did a review for them. They sent me a question to see if I'd like to do another one. Like, sure, why not? I love doing flashlight reviews. So they sent me this one. It has not been opened. What I see is what you see. Straight out of the box. Whoop. Alright, enough of the paperwork. I'm a guy, I don't read directions. Let's get this on out of there. It's got your lanyard, a couple extra O-rings. Let's get this thing opened up, guys. Three LEDs, which is different. Rarely do I ever see one with 3 LEDs. It's a lot of the ones that I'm sent by Jaxman and other companies only have 1 LED. It's gonna be a little something new. Right off the bat, I like the size of the lanyard holes. Remember, in one of my previous reviews is that I broke the lanyard on a flashlight doing a test, and now I'm gonna have to find some way to replace it because the hole is too small. Absolutely love these large lanyard holes. Alright guys, so right off the bat I noticed a little something, is that the battery, I'm going to hide the brand name of the battery. That slides in there real good. Here's another battery. That is very stiff. It's got a little bit of a raised edge right there. And that is kind of tight going in there. And then we've got, then that one there will not hardly go in. Very tight. Very, very tight. This one here's got the USB rechargeable right there. Very tight. That housing probably needs to be just a few thousandths of an inch larger. Alright guys, let's do the drop test. Just like we do with all the other flashlights. This one here's a height of about 4 feet. One, we're going to be dropping it on the end, tail cap. On the bezel, however you pronounce it. We're going to drop it again on the side. Alright. And it is still working. Brightness settings work. Good deal. It is time for the submersion test. We're going to take this out to the creek and throw it in the water. But some guys have told me that I need to put some grease on the threads. And that one guy, he made a valid point, is that it's kind of like oil filter. You wouldn't put a oil filter on there dry, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some wheel bearing grease on there. And he used the analogy of the oil filter. I'm like, okay, I tell you what, I'll somewhat agree with it. Somewhat still disagree. Now, up here on this threads here, I'm really thinking about putting some Loctite up here. Get those threads nice and cleaned up and put some Loctite on there just so that head doesn't come off. I'm kind of undecided though. And we're going to take and we're going to put some of this red wheel bearing grease right around on that threads like that. Some of the guys said, well Kevin, they sell some stuff that you could put on the threads. I'm not buying anything, guys. I'm just using what I've got around the farm. And so we'll have to see how this works out. Grease I'm using is some Pennzoil premium wheel bearing red grease. Make sure it works. It does. Alright guys, let's go throw it in the creek. Here's the creek. Standard test that a lot of the flashlights are exposed to. We're just going to take and throw it in there. And we're going to come back in about an hour or so and check on it. Let's see what we've got. It's a little over an hour later. Flashlight's buried down in the sand. Alright. Just right, guys. Just right. Got a little bit of dirt on it where it came up out of the bank. Wipe that off my shirt. What y'all see is what I see. And I do not see any moisture down inside the battery tube, down inside the housing. Alright guys, let's move on to the next test. Guys and gals, we're out here in the woods. We're on the tree line right behind the house. This is a 50 lumens. This camera does not do very well at night. Let's turn it up to 300 lumens. It's 50, 300, and 900. What I'm seeing is kind of like a flood. It's got a wide center cone, and then it's got a wide outside cone. To cycle through the brightness settings, just push the tail cap. It's got a rubber tail cap. There's the 50, 300, and then the brightest setting. There is no momentary on-off switch. Let's turn that off, and then you push the button. There's no momentary on-off. Okay, that's good. Alright guys, well, it was going on and off, so I know it was working. There we go. Look at that housing. I mean, look at that housing, how it's very little damaged. On this drag test, sometimes these ears will just collapse and be caved in. It's not like that. I mean, it's sometimes this will all be gouged up and stuff, and I mean, this is very nice. It's held up to the drag test very, very good. So what do I think about the Jaxman E2L? Is that I think it's a good quality flashlight. That's my honest opinion. Full disclosure, I received this sample at no cost to myself, but that does not influence my opinion. Y'all know on my reviews of the Mountain House freeze-dried food, the other flashlights, stuff like that, I'm going to say if I do not like something. This was able to go into the creek, stay there for a little over an hour, not a drop of water inside of it. That is a fact-based, I mean, outcome. We threw it in the water, stayed there for over an hour, pulled it out, no water in it whatsoever. The drop test did not hiccup at all. Did not flicker a single bit during the drop test. I've seen some flashlights where you drop them, stop working for a minute, then they'll start working again. Somebody posted a comment that it has something to do with the battery, that the battery cannot take a drop or something like that. And then the drag test. I've seen flashlights of where these little ears right here just collapse. I mean, just totally collapse. This lanyard here is some 330 pound rated trotline string that I do for that I just replace the factory lanyards with. Trotline string is cheap. But the lack of a momentary on-off switch, I'm going to take some points off for that. And because it does not have a memory, it's like if you take it and turn it on the highest setting, turn it off. Wait a minute, wait a few seconds, turn it back on, goes to the lowest setting. Due to lack of memory, no momentary on-off switch, I rate this flashlight at a 9.0 out of 10. And I think that's fair. If y'all disagree, give me some feedback. Let me know what y'all think. Anyway, guys and gals, I'll talk to y'all later.